What's up, guys? I am back, and welcome to Life of a Teenage Gymnast episode 3. So, it's early in the morning. Today is an exciting day because today is the day of the mock meet. So, you might be wondering, what's a mock meet? Now, a mock meet is basically, it's like a competition, and you'd usually do this, we're doing it a week before competition, and you get out, you wear the stuff you wear for competition, and you do all your routines on all 6 events one time, do everything just like you would in a competition, except there's no other gyms there, and your scores don't count. So basically, it's just a practice competition. Yeah. So yeah, as you can tell, my mom missed my first line, but that's okay. So front leg full is okay. The landing was a little shaky, right? So routine floor is going pretty good. Yeah, it's just a fine routine. Again, a little bit of nerves, so my landings were shaky, like on the back lip, and I didn't stick. Just basic stuff like that. But yeah, that went well. Everything was fine. Just took a tiny little step on the landing that I didn't need to, but all in all, a good floor routine. And pommel horse, another hit routine. At the end of the mag gear, I almost fell, as you might be able to see. There. But after that, the rest of the routine was pretty okay. It's just getting through the routine. Pommels for me is a surviving situation, but I hit the routine, so it was good. Alright, so unfortunately, as you might be able to tell, my mom ended up filming this routine sideways. Yeah, as you can obviously tell. But yeah, so when we started building up for competition, I didn't really have very strong difficulty on rings, as you might notice, just like back lever, back up rise, so I was just kind of focusing on making it clean, which, yeah, I did an okay job at. Now I've gotten more difficulty on rings, but at the time I was too close to competition to change anything, so nice and easy routine, nice and clean. It's good, nice job on rings. And vault, next we went to vault. My vault was pretty good. I stuck the landing right in the middle. Solid routine on vault, done. 2 more events to go for this mock meet. And next after vault in the Olympic order always comes parallel bars, so this is me getting ready for my parallel bar routine. It was pretty okay, everything's fine. The moi, I bent my legs a little bit, this is still the mock meet. I wasn't fully cleaned up and ready yet, but it was still a pretty solid routine, everything sort of flowed through nicely. The press at the end again is like the tiring bit, so I bent my legs a little bit there, and then the dismount, I stuck landing, but yeah, good routine on P-bars. And our next event was high bar. This routine, was pretty good. Back up rise, free hip, get the start out of the way. Yeah, high bar felt fine, it's confident, it's clean. That's all we're really looking for at this first competition of the season. In 2018, you're looking for bigger routines, bigger comps. The giant, I messed up there, so I did an extra one before my tongue fei. It was a little early, so my dismount was a bit far, but yeah, solid routine on high bar. Alright, so we had a mock meet, as you guys know. And that went really well. I hit every single one of my routines, so that was a really big confidence booster for this competition. Alright, so then the week went by, the training was feeling good, and then the competition happened, right? Our first event was P-bars. Okay, so my first event was P-bars. Now, it started off a little weird. My kit, I had a lot of swings, so I did a weird thing into the L-sit, and then I swung quite a bit into the first press, but and the knees bent a little bit on the moi, but it was a really solid routine, and I still would have won P-bars had it not been, so here I am, L-sit, and then I press up. Now, I still would have won P-bars. Yeah, at training, I would normally stick my dismount. Whereas competition, I did that. But all in all, pretty solid routine. Alright, next I went to high bar. Now, so here's where stuff happened, okay? So, Routine starts off pretty good, you know, back up rise free hip, that's the easy stuff. Not very difficult at all. Giant, no problem. Line chain. So this routine's looking really good so far, nice and clean. Everything's going really well. You know, the full to mix just fine. Half turn. A little bit of shuffles on the bar, but that's all good. And then, you know, dismount's looking great. Tongue fei, good. Dismount, and boom. So, yeah. That happened. It was look all great until that moment. But I knew I had to keep my cool because we had a break rotation because there were so many kids that I was competing against, and then we would go to floor. But during that break, like, for competitions, I've always been really nervous and like, oh my gosh, this matters so much. I care all about this, and it was like, they've always been like really scary, and I don't know. Now, I think that nervous mindset was what messed me up. So I knew that I had fallen, and I thought, yeah, there's no way I'm winning the all around or doing that well at this competition. So I just sort of forgot about it, and you know, I went up to the floor and I just thought, you know, I'll just do what I do best. And you know, I was smiling. I was smiling throughout pretty much that entire routine. So you know, goes up, lay out a bit my knees a little bit, but you know, it was fine. Lay out half. The nerves are still there. I'm still me, you know. So I had a little shuffle on pretty much every one of my landings. Yeah, you know, lay out half, lay out full. It is, however, going really well. You know, it's all clean. It's pretty clean, aside from the landings, obviously. Right, that part's good. It goes just fine. So again, this routine, it was like, I've got this. I was calm, and I think that's when the mindset sort of just clicked on, you know. So then I go over, you know, finish the routine with my back layout full, which I have, by the way, upgraded to a back double twist now. Now, our next event was pommel horse. Now, whereas pretty much the entire other competition was going for difficulty over execution, and I was going for execution, even though my execution's not that great, I ended up placing on pommels because the judges were just really strict this time. But yeah, I'm not that clean on pommels anyway, and ended up doing well with a 9.4, which is not very good. Alright, so now we're on rings. You know, I go up, the adrenaline in the competition makes the lever like so easy. You know, it was awesome. It also upped my grip strength a little bit, so I was like really like confident. Now, my friends told me this, but I hit the L-sit before my roll muscle up, and apparently that's a big deduction, but they decided not to tell me before the competition, but you know, that doesn't matter. So the routine's going pretty well. Handstand, it's a little shaky, but then I locked out here. That way, dislocate was fine. Dismount, I did take a bit of a step on the landing, but it was all good. Now, our last event was vault, but we had a really, really strict judge on the vault. As you can see in these videos here, my warm-up turns weren't exactly ideal, right? But he only gave us 2 warm-up turns. So it was time for my competition, right? I'm standing at the runway, ready, trying to focus, present. There's some really wonky music playing and everything. It was like, oh. But, you know, I go up, vault, and it was pretty darn good. It wasn't as good as my mock meet vault, but I guess because of other people's vaults and maybe they weren't very good, they counted my Tsukahara in a pike position as a layout position, which ups my start value 8/10. Okay? Alright. I would have, so, now the results that we had. Parallel bars, I came, I think, like 4th or something. I would have won had it not been for that the extra hops on the dismount. Like, even with that weird kip thing, I still would have won on the parallel bars. So that was pretty awesome. I mean, it wasn't, because... But yeah. Next, now, on the high bar, right? Obviously, I didn't place because of that. Actually, I think I did. I don't know. So, that was that. Floor, I think I came, like, a 3rd or something. But, you know, it was all good. Vault came 2nd. You know, all the events were pretty good. Little minor mistakes here and there, but that's what we're fixing for this next competition, which is actually a qualifier to a bigger competition. As I found out afterwards, even with that P-bar dismount and all these things, if I hadn't fallen on high bar, which I never do in the practices, I would have been all-around champion at that competition. So that was it's nice to know, because it means that I can pretty easily qualify. It means like I have a good chance of qualifying for the bigger competition. Problem is that I could have been all-around champion. But it is what it is. So yeah, that's where I've been focusing on my competition. I'll upload in between now and the next competition, hopefully. And yeah, see you guys later.